Hi, this is Patty, Another Craft. Today we're going to make a mason jar vase, and in your bag you will find a smooth mason jar with a lid, and your Mod Podge is inside. You have your instructions. We have 2 pieces of jute or burlap trim, and you have 2 pieces of yellow gingham ribbon. One is shorter and one is longer. And you can do different things. If you want to make a vase, you can not use the lid. If you want to use it as a container instead, or use it as both, you can keep the lid and maybe decorate the lid as well. So to get started, and there's different ways that you can do this. A lot of ways I've seen is they have taken the jute or burlap trim, and you've taken a brush, or you can take a popsicle stick or a sponge and put the Mod Podge on the jute, and then center the gingham on the jute and push that down. Make sure that's sticking. Now the Mod Podge will kind of come through the other side, so you want to make sure that you're doing this on a surface that can be cleaned, or on a towel, paper towel. Then what you can do is decide where you're going to position this on your vase. And then what we'll do is we'll take this off. We've got a little extra on here, so I'm going to take the scissors and kind of trim this off a little bit. There's not so much extra. Now before I glue this one onto the jar, I just want to show you there's other things you can do too. You might want to use both pieces of your jute on the jar, like this, and maybe put the yellow in the middle so you've got the jar completely covered with the jute. You know, it's up to you. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can do. If you've got other ribbon at home, other decorations, you can use those too. So I'm going to put some more Mod Podge on here so we can put it on the jar. And we got yellow because it's a nice springy sunny color, and I'm doing this video on April Fool's Day, and it's kind of chilly out there, but it's supposed to warm up this weekend, so that will be nice. And I know people already have flowers coming up in their yard. I've seen them driving to and from work and errands. So, and we'll put this on here. We'll just overlap it a little bit. You can decide how much you want to overlap. And attach it there. Got some Mod Podge on my fingers here. You have to apply some pressure and let it dry. What you can do with your longer piece of ribbon is you may want to make a bow and put on the front. Not the best in the world at making bows. I was glad to see a video where a woman was talking about, yeah, it can look messy and then you just have to straighten it up. So I do the old rabbit ears and fold one ear over the other and pull it through. And then, like we said, it looks kind of messy. And then we just kind of straighten it out. Move the ribbon around, move the rabbit ears around till we get the size we want and get it straightened out and looking better. So what I could do then is I could put the bow on here, trim the ends, or I could put the bow up here. I could do a smaller bow, or if you've got some other ribbon or trim at home that you want to use, or if you have any stickers, or you might have those left from some other projects we did. And I've got some little hearts left over from some of the other projects, so that's another thing you could do, is put some hearts on there. You know, I might do a jute and do a baseball motif. You might want to do something with the ribbon on the top of the lid. Might want to put the bow on the lid, but since I've got this, make my bow about how I want it. Now what you'll need to do with the ribbon is going to fray at the ends unless you do something to stop that. So there's a few different ways to stop the ribbon from fraying after you cut it and you're getting ready to put it on your jar. So I'm gonna cut it about here. Now you can use clear nail polish on here to stop it from fraying. I don't know if anybody else still has these around. These are pinking shears. These were my mother's. If you've got somebody that sews in the house, they may have these. These are really good if you just snip off the end. It does this pattern. You can see that where it's kind of scalloped. And that really does keep things from fraying, believe it or not. The other thing besides the clear nail polish and the pinking shears is fire, or a lighter, or a candle, or if you've got one of those barbecue lighters. Please, if you're gonna do this, make sure you've got other things, flammable things, out of the way with the paper. Please do this with supervision, so nothing happens. You might want to do it near the sink. If I could do that here, that's what I would do. But I just take it and just barely run it along, and you can kind of see the ribbon is just kind of melted a little bit. It looks a little different here because I did it on the same as I did in the pinking shears, but it doesn't take long, just a brief time to just get it sealed off. And again, always safety first. We do not want any fires or burned limbs or fingers. That's what I do when I'm cooking. Burn my fingers. Okay, so I'm gonna put my bow over the seam here. You're probably better at making a bow than I am. If you need help with making a bow, if the rabbit ears thing doesn't work for you, there's a lot of videos on YouTube with different ways to make bows. There's even some where you don't even actually tie it. You kind of use two separate pieces of ribbon. One is this part that goes over the middle of the bow. So it looks a little different, but okay, one thing that I found helpful, so while the Mod Podge, the glue, is drying, I put a rubber band around the ribbon and over the bow so it has till it has a chance to dry, and then make sure it'll stay on there. But just to show you now, I don't have any flowers. I forgot to bring some today. I have this flower pen, so you kind of get the idea here. That you can put your flowers in the vase, and you know, shorter flowers, you know, trimming tulips would be good. You know, whatever you want to put in there. And the jar is kind of a wider mouth, so you've got room to put a variety of flowers in there. And again, it's up to you and your imagination, whatever you want to do, whatever you like. You know, I like it this way. I can also see doing it where I cover, you know, you have the whole thing covered in the jute. You know, move this up and then have the trim in the middle of the two pieces of jute. So yeah, it's up to you and what you want to do. And like you said, it can also, since you have the lid, you can also use it as a container for whatever. If you want to do that instead of a vase, as I mentioned, you might want to use some stickers on it, or you can even paint it. Paint the jar. You could use markers on it, you know, permanent markers, whatever you would like, in whatever colors you like. Like I said, I chose the yellow because it was very spring-like. So enjoy. We'll see you next time. Thank you.